Hey everyone, I am back and I did cut a puzzle. And I realized I had a problem because I had never drilled the holes. So, when I cut the puzzle, I'm just going to grab a random canvas here. I, laid it out and I went to cut it. The first round of cuts didn't cut. It shifted ever so slightly. And then cut into it again, because great, right? And then once I finally did cut it all the way through, right? See, I had to get each puzzle piece out, and I could get them out on the sides easy. But here, they were wedged in. Wedged in really, really good. Impossible to get out. And I thought, well, I need something to poke them out. I can't use a needle. I need something that, is not going to damage the canvas when poking it out. So I thought this would work. So I had all the holes drilled to fit this wonderful tool. See how it's got a rounded tip and it's awesome and it fits in all these holes and right? It's great. There's only one problem. Do you see this? Do you see this? It doesn't fit through the hole. Oh my. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. And this hole, because I wanted it to be the tiniest hole necessary, won't even fit my toothpicks. See, I have these flat toothpicks. I can't fit the flat end of a toothpick. I can fit this end partially, but I can't. So this is just one of those things. It's a process of me thinking I'm a genius. I've got it figured out, and I don't. So, yeah, ideas? I thought about putting like a piece of wire because that would probably work, but any wire that's like thin enough to fit through the hole isn't going to be structurally integrity enough to actually push the canvas out because they are wedged in. I mean, the only way I could get the puzzle that I did cut out was take a needle and do it. So I guess I could glue something on the tip of a needle or something. Like the eye end of a needle. I don't know. Maybe I could find one of those plastic needles. Like a plastic knitting. But see, I think that would be bigger than... I don't know what I'm going to do. I need something skinnier than a toothpick, not pointed, to get my puzzle pieces out. Or I need to have all the holes re-drilled again. Yay! So yeah, there's that. Fun times. Anyway, like I said, I did cut one puzzle, realized this is not going to work, remembered after trying at least 10 times to get one puzzle cut, I remembered that I had filmed me cutting the other puzzle, and I was like, I'm going to go back and watch it. And then I remembered that when I did the puzzle the last time, I had put it, and then I'd flipped it upside down. And flipping it upside down had worked. So, of course, I flipped things upside down, and it worked. And then I was like, yes, I've cut the puzzle. And then I sat here for like 30 minutes with like literally like this tiny needle, pulling the one end up, getting this tool under it after I got the one edge up enough I could, and propping the little puzzle piece out. Because I was trying to do it in a way that didn't ruin the paint. and some of the paint edge. Some of the paint, because of the needle, did chip off, and I was very upset. And I'm on a time limit. I'm on a time limit. So I was on a time limit to get my puzzle, like, out. So I was so disappointed. So disappointed. So I sent the puzzle out anyway, and it is imperfect. So I'm not cutting anymore until I can figure out a tool to pop them out. But that's okay, because most of my puzzles are not completely ready to be done anyway. Like this puzzle, I have Mod Podged the back. I need to Mod Podge this one. So going through, it's a whole process. It's a whole process. So I need to go through and I need to Mod Podge this puzzle. So that is what I'm going to do right now and let you watch me. So every puzzle, after I'm done painting it, I have to let it dry for a certain amount of time. What that amount of time is, I don't actually know. I just know that I need to let the paint cure. So I am letting paint cure for, I want to say 2 weeks. And I am letting him cure in baskets. And so my laundry room and my little table is a complete mess because I have all of this paint everywhere. And I have all these paintings everywhere. I keep, letting them dry. And I don't have a good place to put them, because where would you store 20 paintings in your house that are like, needing to dry out? Thank goodness I'm in Texas, where, low humidity. I did take them outside one day, and we had a storm that wasn't really a storm. It was just a windstorm, and it was like gusts of 70 miles an hour. And I had all of them outside, a bunch of them anyway. And you can imagine how that ended. Actually, they didn't fly away, because I have a system for that too. Here, shall I show you? I will. While I'm talking. Because you're a captive audience. What are you going to do? Run away? Yes. You can. But, so this is how I handle that. I put a painting that is going to dry in one of my baskets. Then obviously it's dry, it's dry to the touch. It just needs more curing. So I take them outside so that the wind can blow over them. And I put them in a basket like this so that the wind doesn't actually take them away. Usually it doesn't. And then I put another basket on top. So they don't blow away. They might move a little bit. They usually stay in the basket, so that's good. But they were all covered in dust. Yes, they were covered in dust. And when I say covered in dust, the white was brown. There were parts of things where the white was literally brown. So, there you go. And that is how I ended up spending like an hour with microfiber cloths. And, that I took a washcloth originally, just like a soft cotton washcloth, and wiped them. And then I took a microfiber cloth, and I can't wet them. So just I had to sit there and, you know, scrub dirt off of them. Thank goodness, you know, they were dry to the touch, so nothing got dirt permanently embedded in it. I have taken wet paintings outside before, so thank goodness it wasn't wet, or it would have been sandblasted, and that would have been horrible. And yes, I am kind of glopping the Mod Podge on and trying to do it in like layers, or not layers, but along with the pattern of the painting. Do you see how the painting is not like, yeah. I don't know if that makes any difference whatsoever. I imagine it doesn't, but for me, I like it. So I'd like to just, if I'm doing something boring like Mod Podging, I'm going with the texture of what I imagine the painting's texture should be. And occasionally I'll get a little hard glop of Mod Podge from off the side of the bottle. Because, yeah. And I could spray varnish them. But I can't spray varnish them in the house. And it's, you know, not always the right climate to take things outside, because, you know, it can be cold or windy, and I'd have to paint outside, and it has to be a certain temperature. I mean, you know, so this is my solution to trying to get things done in winter. If it was summertime, I would probably just take these outside and spray them with an actual varnish. But I'm trying to get things done in winter. And it is still technically winter. And so it is not temperature right. I guess I could, I mean, I could go in my garage or something, but yeah, even then that's sketchy. Because, you know, you'd still have to open a garage door or something. And my garage doesn't have windows. Like other people's garages have I don't know why my garage has no window. It's a brick house too. I can't just like bust open the brick and put a window in my garage. I have two garage doors. I could open them, but then I'm still getting the wind of outside, so that doesn't actually help. So I have no way to ventilate my garage. How's that? My garage is not ventilatable because it has no windows. The laundry room has a window, a nice big window, and a door to the garage, and a door to outside, and a door to the kitchen. So it is just accessible. Okay, I have this painted, I think. Well, Mod Podged. Yay! So I can throw it in a basket. Not the basket with the clothespins. I'm going to take those clothespins off. Yep. Nope. There we go. And then I will see what else I have to Mod Podge. What else is ready? Okay. This one is ready. I'm going to flip this over. This one, I did partially Mod Podge, but in the process of Mod Podging, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got some places where it is not right. And when I say not right, I mean, you know, it's perfectly okay. Nothing is injured or anything. It's got like some places where it's No, this is the matte Mod Podge. So I'm doing a second coat. Because the other side is shiny. And this side is supposed to be matte. But somehow, you know, I got some shiny on it. And this one I don't really care if I'm going with the grooves or something, because I think I already went with the grooves once. So now I'm just trying to cover the whole thing once again in the matte, because I don't want it to be shiny. And that's what I'm doing. I'll tell you guys a silly story while I'm doing this. So, as many of you know, I come from a crazy broken home. And I was thinking about this the other day. My sister, my oldest sister, is married to this guy, and he is so nice. Oh my God, he is so nice. And he works at an auto parts store as a manager. Anyway, I thought about it, and I was talking with her about something, and I remembered my mom once dated a guy from an auto parts store. And as I was thinking about that, it just suddenly hit me that my mom was like really pretty. And I don't know how she managed to always get a man. I seriously don't. Anyway, the auto parts store guy was dating my mom in the 80s. And she had 4 kids. That's right. She had 4 kids. 4 human breathing children at the time. It gets better. She was still legally married to one of my stepdads, who was temporarily not in the picture because he was overseas in the army. And serving someplace where we couldn't go. He was in Korea, if that matters. So she's legally married. She's got 4 kids. She's got a boyfriend. And guess what? She was pregnant. Oh, that's right. Visibly pregnant with baby number 5, who did not belong to her legal husband and instead belonged to a completely and totally different man than the auto parts store guy. So I was just thinking about that, and I was like, oh my God, how the hell did my mom convince some dude who actually had a job and was not a bum to date her while she was legally married, pregnant with another man's child, not her husband's child, and had 4 kids? I'm just like blown away. She was pretty. Don't get me wrong, she was pretty. But was she that pretty? Was she really that pretty? Because that's some pretty amazing crap. Anyway, if you're single, I want you to think about that. Like process that. There are men out there in this world, ladies, who are willing to date a single mom with 4 kids that is like 6 months pregnant with another dude's kid who is not even her husband, but she's married. So there's some tea, there's some drama. Isn't that crazy? So I'm just throwing that out there. There are men who are willing to date you regardless of your flaws. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. My dating advice, go find them before somebody like my mom does. Okay, bye.